The Astrodome, the eighth wonder of the world, a very large and one of the very first multi-purpose concrete donuts. Construction started in 1962 and went to 1965. It took 3 years, and fun fact, the soil composition was funky, so they actually had to reduce the size of the slope of the roof. The main tenants were the Astros that played there from 1965 all the way to 1999. However, in 1999, they did move away from the Astrodome, and then they headed into the brand new state-of-the-art Minute Maid Park. Fun fact, they played way more in Minute Maid, in the Astrodome than Minute Maid, but they've brought home 2 rings. The Oilers were the second tenants. They played there from 1968 to 1996, never bringing home a ring, and they moved off to Tennessee. The Texans now play in Reliance Stadium, also known as NRG. But now the Astrodome sits. Several other sporting events there were several basketball games that took place. There were a lot of livestock show and rodeos. Those were actually one of the last tenets of the old stadium. And then we had, finally, a lot of concerts just every which way. So, I mean, what do you do now with a massive stadium that just sits there? Several plans have been incorporated to try to get it into functioning use again, one of which was the Olympics. Now, the Olympics, they were a finalist, Houston was. They actually went to London instead of New York, which Houston lost to in the American division. Another plan was to turn it into a hotel, which is a pretty cool idea. I mean, there's a lot of space. Maybe set up like a hotel or a museum. That'd be cool. Explore the history of it. Another plan that they had was make it into like a film set, film crew, sort of like Hollywood, but there's not too much of that in Houston, so I can see why it failed. One of the things was a convention center / what do you call those? Concert hall. Another one was just a state park inside the building. And then finally, the last major plan was a parking garage. Lena Hidalgo, who I do not like at all, she's just annoying. She just cut down all the things and said, we don't need it, which, I mean, it costs $400,000 a year to just keep up. So, I mean, if we did something with it, that'd be an interesting idea. What if we did something with it? The current seating arrangement sort of looks like this. These triangles would be more circles, but that's the baseball configuration. Then they would rotate, and that's the football configuration. So my idea would have a hotel, keep the nosebleeds, but totally redo the bottom section. In the baseball, it'd be just more of a square, more than anything as you see in this picture right here. And then you could rotate, those dotted lines would be where this field actually gets smaller. Where'd you stick the football stadium seats? You'd stick them actually underneath the stadium, and then you could just pull them out. I'm not an engineer. I don't know if this would actually work, but it's a thought. Which is better than just letting the stadium waste away. In, spirit of being bougie, we'd put a 360-degree massive video board. For concessions, everything would be an old-timey diners type setting, just to try to keep it, that 60s feel. Who would play there? Well, the Texans, they have a big rivalry against the Tennessee Titans, the former Oilers, and with the helmet rule coming back, you can have more than one. The Titans can bring back the baby blue helmet. Play a retro game if the NFL wants to do something sort of like the Field of Dreams, which saw much success. Speaking of, Field of Dreams, you could do something with the Astros. Yeah, the Astros, who could, play Field of Dreams-esque sort of thing in the old dome. You could play the Super Bowl. That'd be pretty fun, a brand new stadium or renovated. There's also the Houston Gamblers in the USFL. I mean, we've seen a little bit of them, and this league is expanding. If it ever expanded, if we had the stadium ready by that time, that'd be cool to see them play in their home field. That's where they used to play once upon a time. But that's all I have for you today. Just a quick rant about the Astrodome. It is protected. It's not going to be torn down unless a bunch of higher-ups get it strictly approved. But that's all I have for you today. I love you and goodbye.